Unfortunately,
close to the church.
close to the church. You know, unfortunately, we know she doesn't go to school that day. You try and go pick her up. What did after Stephan dropped her off? Did he come back home? God, how long was he gone for during drop off?
She's got to think, guys. She's like, wait, what?
I'm gonna say from 8:30 to like 10:15 because around 10:15 or 10:20 is when I got a phone call stating that he got home. He had gone to the vape shop, but I don't know if they weren't open or not yet. So he left.
Okay.
And then hung out around the house and waited till I got back for my doctor's appointment.
So he came back home.
Yeah, he did come back home.
Okay.
He grabbed his phone and called me from the house at that point. He had let me know that he accidentally left his phone. He was waiting for the vape store to open, but they never opened, or something like that. And then
listen to how her tone is, you guys. It doesn't even sound like Jenn Soto in this part. If I didn't know this was Jenn Soto, I wouldn't be able to tell whose voice it was. She sounds like a completely different potato. You guys, how can you stand her? She just doesn't know what to say because this wasn't in the script. It's hard to know what to say when your script is all out and you're like, oh, what? Ah, what an inconvenience. And yeah, that whole church thing, again, like the dumb foots banking on anything. Yeah, she's just a dumb potato, you guys. Okay, and those are the spank bank towels around the house. I bet you there's a bunch of DNA evidence on those guys.
he went back home just to give the time, and then he went back out later.
Okay. So from 8:30 to 10:15, that's when he's saying that the vape shop was closed and he came back home?
I think so. Something. I mean, I know he was killing time. He does this. He'll just like to aimlessly drive around to kill time. I believe him when he says that he was killing time.
No.
Or at least I did believe him.
What's like usually, how long does it take to go do her drop off and come back?
Like 45 minutes.
Okay. So
45, 50 minutes.
So give or take an hour.
Yeah.
So he should have been back home by like 9:30-ish.
Yeah.
Okay. But then there's like 45 minutes to 30 minutes of a gap in time there.
Yeah.
Where could he have gone?
He says he was driving around aimlessly, just killing time.
Okay.
Killing time.
So then he comes home, let's just say around 10:15 is what you're saying. What time did you get home from your doctor's appointment?
So I say somewhere between 11 and 11:20.
And then did he leave again?
Yes.
How do you know he was home? Because you got the call.
Because I got the call and I think I saw him when I got home.
Okay. And then what time did he leave again to go to the vape shop?
I think I saw him when he got home. Listen, guys, she did see him when he got home because they sat there at that desk and chit-chatted. Now, the officers asked him at what point, what did you guys talk about? And she wasn't able to tell them. All she was able to say was he was trying to update his phone and he accidentally, instead of updating it, he deleted his phone. The words are slipping my mind. So at that point when he came home, he needed to know. Remember, Jenn Soto knew that Maddie was in the trunk. She told the officers that she was probably in the trunk. And so he, at that time when they were chit-chatting, guys, and Jenn Soto was telling Stephan where to go, Maddie was sitting in that trunk. All right, remember that. Factory reset. I just couldn't think of because deleting. Factory reset and he tried to delete.
Oh.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure what time he left.
And then.
Actually, hold on, let me think.
Do you guys have a ring at your house? A ring doorbell? Do you have any video doorbell system? Do you have any cameras in the house?
No.
So much.
I'm gonna say.
Hey, girl.
I'm gonna say he left around somewhere between 12:30 and 1 o'clock because I remember.
Again, I'm gonna say because she's trying to make sure they keep that script. Now, he did leave about 1 o'clock. He got a flat tire heading to go dump her where the gators were. He just never made it. That's where he was supposed to go. That's where Mr. Thomas Karis saw him getting a flat tire, killing time, creating a story alibi. I want to say, no, lady, just tell us what you think. Do you think Stinky and Jen burner phones? The police found so many text signs they had more items in their phones. I don't know if they had burner phones. If they did, the police have them. So I don't know about that. I think Jen would be arrested if they did, and they would have found something maybe on them, maybe not. But no, I didn't. I saw the evidence, and nothing like that was in the evidence. All right, you guys. I have 421 people in chat. You guys, it's free to hit that like button for me. All right. What's up, Tammy? How you doing, girl? Good to see you. I love Tammy. What do you think her family thinks about these interviews? Well, I hope they're listening to all of it right now.
Looking at the time going, I don't think he's going to be done in time running his errands to be back by 2:30 when I need to leave to go get.
No, he was dumping her body.
And he said he ran his errands. He stopped at a few comic shops or game stores or something like that. Then he got a flat tire somewhere on 182. He doesn't remember exactly where. I remember him telling me he hurt himself.
I love it.
Changing the spare tire.
How did he hurt himself?
Something slipped while he was doing something with what's the crane that pops up that brings
The lift or
yeah. You know,
the jack?
something slipped and his finger got caught between the frame and the jack, I think. So
Okay.
he had to pull out his finger. Which I know he's got a band-aid on his finger right now because of that.
Oh, band-aid.
So what time do you leave the house to go pick up?
Yes.
2:30.
2:30?
Yeah, she gets that at 4. It takes me about 20 minutes to get to.
That's a lie right there, too, folks. That's a huge lie. That's not true. She did not pick her daughter up that early every day. She only did that because she was trying to, again, create an alibi for herself while he was out getting rid of Maddie's body. She was saying that she was going to pick up Maddie. It did not take that long to get over there. That's way too early. So remember that. Not only did Stephan leave the house way early to take Maddie, but Jen did not leave at 2:30 when she's supposed to pick her up at 4. That's a big fat lie. Thank you so much, Carolina Hurtado, for the One Guilty of Crime membership. I appreciate you. Oh, I can't stand this potato.
The school and I wait about an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah, for the car line and everything.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like to be the first in line.
So at what point did you
Right.
think something's up?
Around 4:10 when she did not come out of school and I was first in line. I was holding up the line. I was on the first in line, there's cars behind me and they already have their kids.
Right.
So when I noticed she had not come out, I drove away thinking, maybe I missed her. Maybe I forgot to tell her that I was picking her up from school today because I have a new work schedule.
Mhm.
So
What were you doing for working at? I'm sorry.
I work at Walt Disney World, front desk concierge at Coronado Springs.
Okay.
I just recently, that's the biggest reason I even called Stephan was to come help me this week with her getting her to school, helping with the dog. That's the whole reason I even called him was to come help me.
And what part did
And that part's true, folks. The parents said Jenn Soto called and there was some kind of panicked phone call that she said, I need you to help, which doesn't make sense that a 13-year-old girl, she was just with her grandma for that whole week before, would need him to come help. Something happened. Something else happened that we don't know about, and I hope it comes out. And she didn't think to walk to school and find out. No, of course not. She was there an hour and a half. She went an hour and a half early. She's Mother of the Year. You guys?
Did he come up in north from down there and
In his dad's Cadillac.
so you kind of get some concerns when she's not coming out.
She's not coming out, so I drove to my mom's office along the same path she would have walked. I didn't see her. Got to my mom's office. I asked my mom, is she here yet? She goes, no. And I said, oh, maybe I missed her. Maybe
Does she sometimes walk home from school
She does.
to,
To my mom's office, yeah.
and then you pick her up from there?
Yeah.
Okay.
She didn't make it. So I drove back to I think at this point I had called her best friend to ask, hey, is she with you? Because I went to pick her up from school and I didn't see her.
Right.
And she said, no, she never made it to first or second period.
Okay.
And I was like, can you please check with the other friends to see if she made it to her other periods?
Mm-hmm.
I think at this point I emailed her teacher.
Right. Do you know if she has a Snapchat?
I don't believe so now.
Okay. She just has the Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay. So after you go to your mom's office, you realize she's not there either. Is this when you go home?
No, I go back to the school so I drive the path again to see if I missed her. And then I go back to the school to check their attendance because her father told me she never made it. But when I got to the school was already closed.
Mm-hmm.
So I drove back. I think at this point I had gotten a response from one of her teachers telling me she never made it to my period, and then he checked the attendance for the rest of the day. She never made it to any of her periods.
Gotcha.
What I want to know is why she keeps saying, I think this happened. I think she doesn't know what happened. Her daughter's completely missing. She just found out about what happened with Stephan Stearns. And yeah, she does keep saying she didn't make it. She didn't make it. That same language, because she's trying to stay on script as much as she can so she can remember.